when I started getting older, I began to learn how to embrace life, how to enjoy the finer things in life. Because I tell people all the time, it's a blessing that I'm even here. You know, my father took advantage of my mother and boom, you know, created me or whatever. That's how she even got pregnant with me. My mother and my father was not together at the time, you know, so he took advantage of her. And so, um, out of that vile act came me. So, you know, like I said, it's just a blessing for me to be here, you know? So knowing that, when I got older, I began to learn to appreciate life more, the finer things, man. Um, growing up, we didn't have everything, but we didn't go without either, if that made sense. I had a good mother, of course, single parent household. Actually, I had a great mother, and she did everything that she could to make sure that me and my brothers were straight, that we had stuff. You know what I'm saying? Um, we didn't have to worry about going to school and being laughed at and stuff like that. You know, she did whatever she could. Plus, not to mention, even though my pops was locked up, his mom, Louise, rest in peace, um, she made sure that we were okay. Also, my mom's mother and my granddaddy, they made sure that we was good. So, you know, I have zero complaints. I have zero complaints. I actually made my own life harder. And I noticed that, my older brother, which like I said, we got the same daddy, he made his own life harder as well by not listening. You know, my mom made a vital decision when we were younger, because she seen the pattern that we were, the road that we were walking down. And the decision that she made saved our life. Now, I did end up going to prison. My brother ended up going to prison as well. I also have a younger brother. He has a different father. Shout out to my little brother. Um, but ultimately, prison time was a lot better than eternity. What do I mean by eternity? Um, being in a casket. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if my mom wouldn't have moved us when she did, either me or one of my brothers would definitely not be here. Or maybe all of us wouldn't be here. Who knows? Me and my brother, we've always had bad tempers and bad attitudes. When we were younger, we always chose to um basically go against authority, you know, very belligerent. So it took a while, it took some grooming, it took some prison time, it took falling down, it took second chances and third chances and fourth chances for us to get right. Um only by the grace of God though are we still here, even though we moved from Chicago or whatever. I feel like I got a lot to offer to not only just black people, but the world. And the reason being is because I have a very philanthropic spirit. Like, I love to help people, you know? I love to see people smile. Um, I hate to see people down. That's why I never understood why people hate on people. Like, that's just something that never set well with me, because it's something that I can't understand, because I love to see people up. Not just my people. Like, anybody. Like, I love to see people doing good. I love to see people happy, you know, which is why I love to make people happy. I love to do things to make people happy. So, that's how I'm coming. Now, I was definitely a big, big part of the problem, when I was younger. You know how the old saying goes: when I was a child, I thought as a child, I acted as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. And that's how it's been with me throughout my life. I'm And a lot of people might see it like, well, you done been to prison, you done damn near had to cut your leg off, um, you done been beat up, kicked, slapped, spit on, you know what I'm saying, called all type of names, you know, been through damn near everything that you can go through in the streets, done did damn near everything that you can go through in the streets. How is it that you came to this point in your life where you are an advocate for the youth? And like I said, the way that I see it is, I became the type of person that if you give me lemons, I'm gonna make lemonade. And I understand that sometimes we're set down and put in these positions for a reason. You know, maybe me going to prison is what saved my life. I learned discipline in prison, something I never had. Um, I began to read. I got a lot more intelligent in prison. See, a lot of people were in prison. I wasn't in prison. I was in college. You know, I never would have got the education that I have right now if it wasn't for me going to prison. And so, in my opinion, things are going to happen in life, right? That's just something that we can't avoid because you have duality within life. You have good, you got bad, you got positive, you got negative, you got up, you got down, you got tall, you got short. That's just the universe, you know? So we have to act within the laws of the universe. And I feel like when something happens, there's no need for you to cry over spilled milk, you know? Like there's no need to ponder upon what happened. Get to it, clean it up. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do it. If we fall, we gonna get up and we gonna do this shit right the next time, you know? And that's what it's all about for me. Um, and I feel like that's the mindset that everybody should have. Because when you begin to ponder on things of the past and your mistakes, it really affects your future. And I'm gonna say that again. When you ponder on things of the past and your mistakes and the negativity, it definitely affects your future. And I think that a lot of people don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying don't learn from your mistakes. Every time you make a mistake, there should be a lesson learned. That's a fact. But what I'm saying is, we have to learn to embrace the bull crap when it happened because the bull crap is what makes us stronger people. Now, it also tears some people down. It also, knocks some people down. Some people can't handle pressure. But in all actuality, who is it that's out here? Because if it is a person that's out here that's never been through nothing in life, I don't know. Who is it that's out here that don't go through shit, that haven't been through nothing? And that can be white, black, Mexican, rich, or poor. It don't matter. We all go through stuff, you know? So when you go through something, you have to be strong enough to embrace that and what you went through. And like I said, make lemons out of lemonade.